Hey guys, welcome to my next YouTube video. In this YouTube video, we got some exciting news dealing with NIO. Now I'm going to go over that news. I'm going to talk about how that's going to impact the stock and where I think the stock is going. We're going to break down NIO from a technical standpoint once we get over this news. Now before we do that, go ahead and hit the like button and also the subscribe button. And I'd like to say I appreciate all of the support all of my new subscribers and my other subscribers have given my videos. So now let's get right into the video. Let's talk about this huge news. So the huge news, as you can already probably read by the title, is that NIO reaches deal to build 100 EV charging battery swap stations in China. This is big news for NIO because they're starting to expand their market even further. Right, so they're adding 100 new stations. This just allows them to expand, allows them to sell more cars, because areas that didn't have those swapping stations or charging stations, now they will have those charging stations, which will give other people, more people in China, an incentive to go ahead and buy a NIO car because that swapping station is nearby them. Whereas before they might have had to drive like 50 miles. Now that charging station is going to be closer to their area, and that will convince them even more to buy a NIO car, and that causes the sales to go up. This shows us that NIO is continue expanding their company and they're trying to grow. So this is going to happen in 2021. We don't know the specific date yet, but we know that they're going to be built in 2021. This is just more bullish news for NIO. Not to mention that we just had the share offering. That transaction is complete. Shares have been sold, and that's why we've seen an uptrend on NIO. And this news has helped tremendously with NIO. Now they're also integrating something called vehicle to grid. So basically, while the car is charging, it's also giving energy back to the grid. Whereas normally, like with Tesla and all these other integration charging stations, they don't give back to the grid. So when they're charging, they're just taking energy, and this vehicle to grid technology allows energy to be given back. Now, since we're transitioning to these energy cars, electric vehicle cars, we're going to need more energy. There's going to be a huge demand, and this integration will allow us to give back while we're charging our vehicle. So this is just another bullish news for NIO, and I'm excited to see how the stock is going to react to this in the future. Now, let's go to the technical standpoint. What happened to NIO, where it's heading, and what I think is going to happen. Now, NIO had an amazing day. Now, this is a surprise to most of y'all because we have been downtrending, so we've been waiting for this day. However, we're not out of the woods yet. We need to still continue to see some bullish action, but this is what you wanted to see if you're in NIO. Now, we had that downtrend, and we've been downtrending for a while now because of the news of the share offering, right? So they put 60 million shares up for offering, so those shares have now been sold, so that news is out of our way. The transaction has already happened. The transaction happened at $39 per share. So those shares got sold at $39, and now we got that news out of the way. We can go ahead and continue this uptrend. So what I'm looking at for NIO from a technical standpoint is this blue line right here. This is my resistance line that I've charted out NIO that we need to get above. Now this line is at 44.72. In case y'all can't see this on the screen, so it's at 44.72. Go ahead and set your alert there if you're following along with me on TradingView. We need to get above this tomorrow or the next coming days, right? So if we have another uptrending day tomorrow, see how this interacts around this resistance. Do we consolidate and break through, or do we get instantly rejected? If you're bullish on NIO right now, we do not need to get rejected by this resistance because we're just making lower highs. We need to have this reversal, which is happening. You see how we're turning around. We need to continue this momentum. We're just starting to pick up from NIO, and we need to continue this so we can head back down to this range up here. Now, once we get above 44.62, around that range, give or take, we'll be in this area again, and that's when we'll start trading horizontal. Now, let's say we hold this area. We need to hold this area once we get above it. Our next resistance is at 49.30, so we still have a ways to that. First, we need to take it into steps. The first step, we need to get above this resistance at 44.67. We need to get above it, hold it, and then we can start formulating a plan of where it's going next. But until then, let's just focus on this part right now of getting above this resistance. Now, if you're holding NIO back here, if you have some shares at $47, $50, just hold the ride. Don't worry. NIO is coming back. NIO is starting to uptrend. Don't panic, especially if you're holding shares. You can hold that forever how long you want to until it returns back down to the average you were at. NIO is bullish. This was just a big dip buy on the bigger picture. Okay, we're starting this uptrend again, but we need to hold this momentum. We don't need to have a down day tomorrow, but if we do have a down day tomorrow, it needs to be very minimum. It needs to be just a slight pullback so it can set us up to continue this momentum. Now, if you want to trade this and you want to get in now, where would your stop loss be at? My stop loss would be at these wicks right here. At these 3 wicks right here, so at 41.11. 41.11, that's where I'll stop out. But most of y'all aren't trading NIO. You'll have it in your portfolio to hold for a longer term, and that's perfectly fine. We're doing amazing. But if you're in NIO right now, this is exactly what you want to see. And we have more bullish news on NIO. This is amazing news for NIO right now because it shows you that they're expanding their market, they're trying to get more customers, and they have amazing things coming in 2021, not to mention their NIO sedan. Their NIO sedan is going to be announced on NIO Day. That's just going to be another positive catalyst for NIO, and that's why I said if you're in shares right now, there's no need for you to panic whatsoever. We're going to return back to the area that you bought in at. So don't panic, hold tight, and just stay on the ride because NIO is heading back up. There's so much bullish news for NIO right now. The charging station, the sedan, they're expanding their market in 2021, and it's going to be an amazing year for NIO. So if you're not in it already, I suggest getting in it because NIO is going to do amazing. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I appreciate all of the support. Stay tuned because I got more videos coming daily on all these EVs. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video.